So puzzles make us human, really? Not weirdos, not God nerds, but no, they do. As all of you know, solving puzzles is fun. But I want to submit to you that this is an idea that Martin Gardner would have loved, which is that the joy of puzzle solving is the fundamental thing that is responsible for all our other uniquely human traits. And I have 6 minutes to go through millions of years of evolution to prove that to you. And that's not fair because even God had 7 days. So let's rush through it. And unlike God, you can catch me outside with questions. So what makes us unique? Well, there are lots of traits which we sometimes think of as human traits, like kinds of emotions and love and all that. But animals have all that, as every pet lover knows. The really unique traits are the first one that I mentioned, which is we solve puzzles, which are basically problems, for fun, for the aha experience that they give us. And from this, I submit, follow all these other human traits, which is we are learning machines, we have language, we have art, we have music, and we also somehow comprehend the universe. We have the ability to, which is something that this guy Einstein worried about. So what is the aha effect? I mean, you all know what it is. It's a flash of insight that gives us joy, certainty. It's very memorable, it's addictive, and it's intrinsic. It's not an extrinsic reward. So remember these things: joy, certainty, memorable, addictive, intrinsic. These are the hallmarks of the aha experience. And what I want to show you is that this is what makes us human. But if that's so, why aren't there a billion people here? Why are there just 200? The answer to that, here's the kicker. We look for the aha experience consciously, but the aha experience happens subconsciously in every one of us as we go about our daily activities. And so our brain is solving problems subconsciously. Our auditory system, our visual system, they're all solving problems. But the emotion, all those 5 properties, they are conscious, and you feel them, and they give you a kick. So here's a visual insight puzzle. All of you must know this. The first time you saw that Dalmatian, you had an aha experience. When you recognize anything, you have an aha experience. And what happens cognitively is that you have created order out of disorder, which I call a decrease in conceptual entropy. And the intensity of the aha experience is proportional to how much you've decreased this conceptual entropy. The new representation is coherent, it makes sense, and it is compact. How does this relate to language? Now, this is a graph of the number of words that children know before they're 3 years of age. And if you look at it, you'll see that around about 16 to 20 months, something dramatic happens. It really takes off. And why does that happen? And the answer is that the child discovers this rule that anything I can point to has a name, and then it's hell for parents after that. But the child has an aha experience at that time, and we all have this so early in life that we don't remember it. But how do I know that it's an aha experience? Because Helen Keller had this experience when she was 7 years of age, and she remembers it clearly. It has all the hallmarks of an aha experience. She says, I knew, she's certain of it. She had joy, it's of course memorable, and it sent her back for more. So what is the importance of the aha experience to learning? The certainty and joy that you feel is important because the child cannot turn to anybody else to validate its conclusions. It still has to learn language. So it has to validate its conclusions internally, which the aha experience does for it. And mini ahas like this continue guiding learning all through childhood. So in a way, Occam's razor is wired into our brains. That is, the simplest, most compact representation is the one that's most likely to be true. And incidentally, that's why the universe is comprehensible. There you go, Albert. Because it also evolved from simple components. So it goes from simple to complex, and simple things are more likely. Art, we love symmetry, we love patterns. They pop out at us, and they are compact representations. Aha. Why is music pleasurable? Because sound makers give out sounds which are in integer ratios, and so we get a mishmash of frequencies at our ears. Our brain works on those, solves these Diophantine equations, and when we find integer ratios, aha, that's what we expect in the environment, and that's why integer ratios are pleasurable, and musical scales are built that way. So what happens in the brain? It's exactly what we would expect. The hippocampus, which is the seat of memory, and the amygdala, which is the seat of emotion and addiction. These all light up when you do these experiments trying to have volunteers get aha experience inside the magnet, which is a very hard problem, but
Pradeep,
it's been solved.
Start to wrap up.
And so that's how the joy of solving puzzles makes us human. It makes sense because if you were to design an animal that lived by its wits without any imposing physical characteristics, what you would want to do is to provide it with an internal reward when it solved a problem. And that's exactly what evolution did. So my bottom line to all of us, all of the Gardner fans, is this: that not only are we having the most fun, but we're also doing the thing that's most important. So thank you.
Thank you.